Hey everyone, welcome to M Time Video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about safety in your home, and we're going to review the First Alert lead testing kit. Okay, so we've got the First Alert lead testing kit here. And the reason why I'm trying this test out is because recently I decided I was going to do a little work in my home. Every home that was built before 1978 has the possibility of being contaminated with lead paint. My house happened to have been built in 1898, so odds are really good it has lead paint. As such, I need to take some extra precautions as I'm sanding, scraping, replacing any wood to make sure that I don't expose myself to hazardous lead dust. Inside the test kit is everything you need to perform 4 tests. We have 2 specially treated swabs, a plastic vial, and this is used to test water, because the lead test kit will also test water. And a bottle of solution. The included instructions give you step-by-step information on how to do the test. I have here a small piece of trim molding that came off the bottom, and you could see there are probably hundreds of layers of paint on this. Odds are really good we're going to find lead in here. So what the test kit indicates is to take a knife and make a scratch through all of the layers of paint. In this case, I'm actually going to make 2 scratches. I'm going to try to hold the knife at a sharp angle to make sure that I scrape through all of the layers of paint, all the way down to the wood. I highly recommend that when you're doing this, when you're finished, make sure that you wash your hands just in case there was lead present, that way you don't contaminate yourself through touching it. So following the instructions, we're going to open the vial. We're just going to put a little drop on the end of the Q-tip, and we're going to rub the paint for about 60 seconds. As you can see, the tip of the swab has kind of turned a light brownish color, and in the instructions they indicate that any color change whatsoever is the presence of lead. Faint yellow tint 1 to 3 parts per million, light brown 5 parts per million, medium brown 10 parts per million, dark brown 25 points per million, and black is 50 plus parts per million. I would probably consider this a very light brown, indicating that there's about 5 parts per million lead paint. I also have a large chip of paint that fell off of one of my window casings recently. I got a hunch that this probably has lead in it too. And again, we wind up with that same light brown color. Just as a test bed, I actually have a lead ingot. If the test results are accurate, this lead ingot should make this turn almost totally black, as it's pure lead. And as you can see, it is in fact turned pure black. So overall, what do I think of the First Alert lead test kit? I think this is a valuable tool that anybody should be using before they start any type of home improvements, or even for simple things such as testing children's toys that have been kicking around for some years to make sure that they're lead free. There are a couple of ways for lead to harm you. One of the biggest is for your children to find these and pop them in their mouth. By consuming lead, breathing its dust, or repeated touching of the item, such as if it was a floor and you were walking on it barefoot, could expose you to lead. The other important thing to test for in your home would be your water quality. Sometimes the old houses, the pipes were made out of lead. Sometimes they have lead solder at the joints. That all could be leaching into your water and causing problems over time. This test kit gives you the ability to test your water samples as well. Okay, so we tested positive for lead. Now what do? There are 3 ways to take care of lead paint in your home. The first would be what's called encapsulation, would be to paint it over with a special encapsulating paint to make sure that it's sealed in and it can't chip away from the wall. The second method would be to scrape it all off or sand it all off, which can be very time consuming and very hazardous because it's going to release a lot of dust into the air. If you do that, make sure that you wear a respirator. You vacuum everything very carefully with a HEPA filter. The third way to do it would be to just replace the wood. All the trim, window moldings, everything that contains paint can usually be replaced fairly easily. Again, be responsible when disposing of the product. Overall, this test kit can be picked up for less than $20 at most locations that sell it. I highly recommend that you test the paint before you get into any major renovations. Hey, as always, thanks for watching M Time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to catch our future videos.